Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am so very happy that you are here with all of us today in this week's episode of Be One, Be You. We are diving into the theme, Meeting the Divine. The divine is the current, the consciousness, the container for all creation and infinite source God itself. The divine lives in you as the sweet fragrance, similar to a rose, a gardenia, a magnolia flower, a lilac in spring. The divine is the essence that is inside, within the oneness where all of life is connected into. Here in the earth dimension, we are given the opportunity, as though our life depends upon it, because it is the only plane of consciousness where human development can happen the way it does here. We are given the opportunity, you are being given the opportunity to discover what lives through the illusionary projections and thinking in your own mind. You are given the opportunity to meet the divine. In the Spirit Gateways Institute, in the Spirit Gateways 21st Century Liberation Roadmap, you are given the tools, the steps, the doorways to open into you and how to get there. Getting to the door requires learning how to tap into, embrace, and embody the divine. So I'd like to begin here today with all of us embracing the divine in you and how it resonates, how it speaks to you, how it rings the doorbell of your heart. For instance, life made up of the polarities, of the opposites of Source itself will keep you moving back and forth, rocking back and forth inside of yourself until you find that doorway out of duality. Finding the divine within you is where we start in Spirit Gateways. And it's a simple experience that happens in 5 minutes. And you are given the key to unlock the light of your soul. The first step we take together is reconnecting to the spiritual power within inside of you that has not been felt, seen, tapped, and integrated probably since you were a very young child. When you take a look around in life, the everyday exterior that we all live in eliminates, omits the divine. And when I speak of the divine, I'm not speaking of a religious practice or belief system. What I'm talking about is the nectar. That current is in all of life. And that divine source of consciousness moves in everything. How we interpret the divine is what brings us closer to becoming one with it. As a great artist, one experiences the divine. It's so easy to identify oneself as being that and then building one's false self, the ego self. And so the divine is now being used to fuel that great gift that a great artist, whether a composer, visual artist, musician, visionary filmmaker, conductor, poet, writer, you get the picture. It's so easy to lose oneself in the divine, and it's also so amazing to find oneself in the divine. How does one get there? So, in meeting the original spiritual power in yourself, you are meeting the you that you left behind in early childhood or as an older child. In the thousands of individuals that I've had the honor to work with, it seems that our collective culture, no matter what nationality, religious background a person comes from, we all leave ourselves at a very young age due to familial, ancestral, environment, educational pulls on us. And there are some extraordinary parents and education systems now that are designed to, and parents who design themselves to be real benefactors of love and conscious support for their child. When you look out into the world, you see the majority of people who love to be in positions of power and influence to be separate from the divine source within inside of themselves. And their separation then imposes a perspective into the masses that can have a huge impact on the lives of citizens of a country, of a state, of a community. The more that you meet the divine, come back to the divine within you, the greater potential you have to finding the real truth within you. So here you are, and you are interested in finding that original source within you. You don't want anyone to do it for you. You don't want to be told how to do it, because the impetus that is within you, that the catalyst, that natural light is within you. So when you connect into your original power, the aspect of yourself that you left behind, you find a divine self. That divine self is the spark of light that you are, which is the spark of your true self. As you open the door to receive that spark of light, the divine you, you go through an experience where you realize that you can keep the door closed to that amazing, amazing true self within you, or keep the door closed. When you keep the door closed, it empowers your false self, the ego self, your mental thinking self, so that it can live in its own interpretations of spirit, the way spirit works, the way spirit is jolting you open, gifting you with love, opportunities, potentialities, abundance. The real gift of life happens through you opening to surrender to how the divine is working within you. The next step here that we do in the Spirit Gateway's 21st Century Liberation Roadmap is to step through the gateway into the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you. And that first occurs through making the decision to realize your feminine, your divine feminine. It's different than changing how you are on the outside, meaning what you're wearing, what sex you're dating. That's not what I'm talking about. I am conveying the ancient hieroskamos, which is a Greek word, and it means divine marriage. Divine union is the underlying principle that happens in the Spirit Gateway's experience, in the adventure, this journey into you. And it happens in increments. Divine union underlies the true experience that every avataric advent brings. In the avatar advent, what happens is that the same soul comes to deliver the pathway, the messages, the teachings that are needed in that time period. And thus, the different religions have been created to support exactly what was needed in that particular time period for man, womankind to evolve. The last avatar that was here and had its incarnation did not speak and did not teach. He came forth with the message that he was here to awaken out of the slumber that we have fallen into. When you begin to meet the divine within you, you meet a central power that is love. And as you spend time meeting the divine within you, it increases in love, such as you read about in Hafiz, Rumi, many great poets, songwriters, and exists within your own inner language of soul that is within you. As you meet the language of your soul, which happens through those initial stages here in the Spirit Gateway's 21st Century Liberation Roadmap, you are beginning that reunion to have divine union. It is a remembrance. It is a letting go of what is keeping you from being connected, integrated in with the true you, which is the divine you in human form. Through being a human, you are able to both collect impressions and work out and disperse impressions, meaning the thoughts that you've had moment to moment, which is why you find in different meditation practices ceasing thought, giving yourself time each day to have no thought, but then moving into the heart is another step to move into the heart so that you are acquainted with and awakened to the divine within you, so that when you want to meet the divine within you, you know where to go in your heart. As you meet the divine feminine and masculine within you, you meet the essential, original you that still exists on the inner dimensions of you, in the inner planes of you. And your inner masculine and feminine, sometimes, and most of the time when you meet your divine inner feminine, doesn't know your inner divine masculine, and they have to meet and get to know each other. And through this reunion, you are then able to first parent the hurting child inside of you, the you that was not seen, not heard, not received. By meeting your inner divine masculine and feminine, you experience deep love. You experience your purpose. You realize that your higher self, which is the union of your divine masculine and divine feminine, consciously unified into the higher frequency of you, it's already here with the blueprint for your life. So your meeting with the divine is the meeting with the source of all love and power that brings you into living in an internal bliss and gives you the knowledge to self-correct, self-forgive, shift out of the behaviors of your lower self, and you commit yourself to meeting the divine within inside of you. And that meeting with the divine happens through the meditations, the movement, and the teachings themselves in the Spirit Gateway's 21st Century Liberation Roadmap. And all of this is given in the Global Village membership. And I'd love to invite you to check out the Evolutionary Empowerment Global Village membership. And it is the roadmap into becoming one in yourself, unifying all of you that has gotten caught in what hurts, what part of you is angry, what part of you has been in grief, and understanding your human emotions and being able to bridge you from other lifetimes with this lifetime and grow into your full maximum potential in this lifetime and really fulfill what you came into this lifetime for. Meeting the divine within you happens through coming down from your head, feeling the divine masculine, that eternal light, meeting with the eternal light of your feminine. And then you realize that the source of God, infinite source, is the union of masculine, feminine. It is the one. And it nurtures you. And you're able to then heal, mend, renew, recalibrate, and rebirth your true self through your body into your life. And this is what happens in our 21st century liberation roadmap. I'd love to invite you to come to the website IanaLahi.com, IANALAHI.com, and feel it and know that this is a place, a meeting place for you to meet the divine within you. Your meeting with the divine can happen the way that you approach your life, your relationships, your body, your health, your mind, the ways that you begin to pull away from feeding and strengthening all those false thoughts that are inside of you, and discovering that, yeah, you have a definite, most definite, direct connection to the infinite source that is your divine nurturing. It's the nourishment, and it is the new way to be in these times, is to release the fears that have come up through living in separation. But first you need to know what the fears are so that you can let them burn, dissolve in through the divine flame of light, of that pure awareness within inside of you. So the question that might have come up a little while ago inside of you is when I was talking about the last avatar who was here, that is the same soul of the other beings who came to create religions. This time was Mayor Baba, and he did not come to start a religion, just to awaken. Know that the imprint that is in our collective, that is inside of our DNA at this time, is to balance the extremes within inside of ourself, to break through feeding what's false, and to focus into the light as our lighthouse, as the laser beam, as the flashlight into the dark to illuminate what is there, so that we can awaken what has been lost and forgotten inside of ourself, and realize that by becoming one in the source within inside of yourself, that you are giving yourself a true breakthrough and purpose and a reason to celebrate finding yourself, so that the you that you're finding is the one that can be trusted is crucial for these times. And this I bring to you with all of my heart. Thank you so much for joining with all of us. May each moment be a sweet breakthrough into the love that you are as you turn and face to kiss and to be kissed by the divine within you. Sending you all of my love until next time. This is Ayana Lahi.